Sale involves activity, risk sharing, potential for mutual gain. How does RIBA differ then?
RIBA, fundamentally, involves getting an increase on your capital without taking on that same kind of effort or risk, or providing genuine compensation for value created. It's seen as profiting purely from time passing, like in riba al-nasiya, or from just manipulating capital or unequal exchange, like in riba al-fadl.
So it's like passive gain without productive contribution.
That's a good way to put it. It can lead to, wealth accumulating without real economic activity, which can encourage idleness or stagnation, according to the sources.
And thinking about the why behind the prohibition, why should someone listening care? What are the harms the sources point to?
Well, there are several interconnected reasons highlighted. Firstly, and maybe most importantly, the harm to the poor and needy. RIBA often exploits vulnerable people, trapping them in debt cycles, burdening them with extra payments without offering real value in return.
Okay, so it disproportionately affects the vulnerable.
Yes. Secondly, it's seen as undermining the spirit of mutual aid and cooperation. If you can make easy money just by lending at interest, why offer a benevolent loan, Qard Hasan, or give charity? It can discourage compassion.
That makes sense. It changes the incentive structure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thirdly, there's the potential for economic stagnation. If capital flows towards passive lending rather than investing in real businesses, trade, and industry, well, that can stifle genuine economic growth and entrepreneurship.
Right, money making money instead of money building things.
Exactly. Which leads to the fourth point, wealth concentration. RIBA can lead to wealth accumulating in fewer hands, creating social imbalance and potentially fostering an exploitative dynamic between lenders and borrowers.
And you mentioned a psychological or spiritual angle, too.
Yes, the sources suggest it fosters greed and materialism. It can disconnect people from the idea that earnings should ideally come through effort, risk, and legitimate means. There's this concept of baraka, or blessing, being lost from wealth earned through RIBA.
And the sources contrast this directly with charity, don't they?
They do. That verse we mentioned earlier, Quran 2.276, says Allah destroys riba and gives increase for charities, sadaqat. Charity is portrayed as something that purifies wealth, makes it grow in a blessed way, and strengthens the community. Riba is seen as the opposite, corrupting and ultimately destructive.
So it's really a deep ethical framework, isn't it?
It is. It raises that question about the underlying philosophy. It's not just a list of rules, but about why things are forbidden, the ethical implications, especially for the vulnerable and the economy as a whole.